position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Yellow Jackets will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So the Clemson Tigers offense will go to work first. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing. Sometimes it just gets away. Sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time because all you've heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We dishonored our previous teams and squads, and we've got to do better. That's all they've heard coming into this game, though.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You've got to be able to play within yourselves and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
It's complete to the right. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. And the Tigers headed quickly to the line. For a quarterback as highly touted as Cade Klubnik was, I think he would even tell you he started slowly, but man, the progression, the improvement has been exponential, Jesse.
It has, Reese, and he's played big in big games as of late. You think back to last year's ACC championship game, and then I would argue his game against Texas, even in the loss in the playoff, that might have been his best game of the season, making throw after throw. You can see why he was so highly recruited, and if he plays up to that standard week in, week out, Clemson's going to be really tough to beat.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Back to throw. It's Klubnik. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Moore. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Touchdown, Tigers!
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So a drive there of 85 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Georgia Tech's offense will get the ball for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Got his man. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Back to pass, it's King. And the pass is incomplete, and we've wrapped up one quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Lost the throw again. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Iptay if they can stop him on third down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Well, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it, takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quick strike complete. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking for a man. It's Kane. He'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. Turns it on in midfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they gets him down at the 37. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. He breaks a tackle. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Throws to the back. And the timing just a hair off. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback will keep it. Short gain on the play before he slides. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Yellow Jackets are in the red zone. The play-action fake. They're working that left side. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The Yellow Jackets didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have movement. He's trying to get it in. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
Great job of execution in the passing game. QB and his target on the exact same page. The extra point now is going to tie this thing up. And they've got some real momentum here heading in at halftime.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They put together an 81-yard drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. Quickly complete. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his target down the middle. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle. It's Randall. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Here's a heat. He's going to take off. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And talk about a good, competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good, competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The rambling wreck offense rolls back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And the Yellow Jackets will try to pin them back with the punt. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Off play action on first down. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? To the air. It's Klubnik. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Well, he's making it look easy out there snagging that pass. Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, T. Higgins. Great Clemson receivers in recent years. These guys just got open. They found a way with their speed and their route running ability. It's a lot of what this guy does here, too. He makes it easy on his quarterback.
From the gun, the running back has him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Tigers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. James Madison may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from Harrisonburg every time. The Dukes have been racking up road wins since the Mickey Matthews days, and they got another one today. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these.
Oh, he's got some space. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We've reached a break. Clemson has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. The Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Got his man to the left. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Sends it back in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Randall. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Got it behind the line. It's Moore. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
You know, I love defensive ends that are active and violent with their hands. Great job fundamentally by that D-end getting that sack.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Turning it on! Several defenders there to get him on the ground. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the 4th. First order of business here, don't give up a big return, then the defense just has to keep them out of the end zone. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Here comes the heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to throw, it's King. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Here's a throw downfield late. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff